rules, the people suffer. And that is scripturally true also. As a citizen, you have the right. You have the right to be heard. That is to speak your mind respectfully. You have a responsibility also as an individual, as much as you have all those privileges to fulfill your duty as a citizen to vote, your responsibility to speak when things are going wrong. You also have the right and obligation to make your country a better place. You have a responsibility as a citizen, and that responsibility is to obey the law. Okay, to abide by the law. You cannot be a citizen, you cannot be a good citizen of a nation if you don't have respect for the laws that governs that country. There is nothing more important as a citizen than obeying the laws of your country. That is more important than any other thing. It is more important than having a passport. It is more important than having wearing your country's flag. You can wear your country's flag and sew it from head to toe. That doesn't make you a Liberian. Anybody can wear your country's flag. Anybody can hold your passport as a Liberian citizen. That does not make you a Liberian citizen, because there are people who have Liberian passports who are not Liberians, but they consider them to be citizens. There are people who can wear Liberian flag, but that does not make them Liberians. The most important thing that makes you a Liberian is obeying the law of your country. That is the number one, I would say the most important aspect of you being a citizen. Another one is contributing to your country. Contributing to your country either by paying taxes or by helping your community to do well. Contributing to your community is not just to your country. It's not just like in America we pay taxes, but there are also things you can do that will help your country do better, because you as a Liberian, you are the country. It is not the land itself. You are the one who makes up the country. You must also be involved in protecting your country, like joining the military, serving as a police officer, doing what is right. That is the core principles, I will say the cradle of you being a citizen. And another one is, how do we resolve our issues? We are not perfect. It doesn't matter. Even within yourself as a human being, you have confusion within yourself, let alone you're dealing with another person. So there is always something about us that we may not like about each other. But how do we go about resolving those differences? Is also part of you being a good citizen. And so today, I want us to look into something that is ongoing right now as we're speaking, that is ongoing. Yesterday, there was a protest in Monrovia where what made the news actually is not about even what the people were protesting about. What actually made the news was what people wanted to do, the threats they gave. And there are a group of women who threatened to strip themselves naked, that if they don't get the answer for what they were protesting about, they will strip themselves naked to send a message. And that was, of all what they were trying to do, as much as I agree with them, I'm not disputing their feelings, what they feel. I don't know what they're going through. I don't know, because the woman who was mostly paramount in that video was the one who said that if you try me, I will strip myself naked right now just to send a message to the president, to tell him that his government is not, or something. I'm just paraphrasing here. So the point here is that we want to know, what would be, the result? What are you trying to accomplish without disputing your feelings? Because we don't know what that woman is going through. According to what she was saying, she's a single mother of two, and she was talking about drugs, which is an issue that we all talk about. We're all worried about the drug issue in Liberia and Africa as a whole. That is a concern we all have. But I also don't believe that, stripping ourselves naked will send the right message out there, because we have to understand that there are other people watching us outside of Liberia. One of the reasons people want to come to America is what people see about America. It's what people hear about America. And imagine if people only see the things that we are portraying in Liberia. People see women going out in the streets being naked. People see us every time we disagree with one another, we either kill one another or we do something to one another. It will not attract good people, to come to Liberia. Just as if we have heard in America that people kill each other here, people do this, none of us will want to come to America. None of us will want to be there. As much as we don't like the things Donald Trump will be saying, but it is based on, I don't know if Donald Trump has ever been to Liberia, but it's based on what they see, what they show them on television about the things we do to each other, the way we behave. We don't try to resolve our problems in a civil way. There is always something we do, and when we do those things, that is what the people see out there. That's how, because just like this protest, yes, this woman was protesting about drugs, which everyone has concern over. But right now, no one is talking about the drugs. Like one of the protesters who went there, when he's not a protester, he went there, he's a young man who went there, and they asked him, why are you here? Why are you protesting? He said, I didn't come here to protest. I just came here because I heard that the women said they were going to naked themselves. And he was like, well, I just came to enjoy my eyes, because I want to see naked women. So you see how the whole thing. Now, nobody's talking about the drugs that they went there for. But most people went there because they wanted to see them stripping themselves naked. And this is what I want us to talk about. How can we resolve our issues as Liberians without going to the extremes that we have been going? That is the question today. So we're going to leave this line open because I really want to hear a lot of people call today. But just to give you a heads up, we did ask you last week to go on our webpage and like our webpage or follow us, because we are trying to have as many followers as possible so that we can launch this television, this online television, which is the Good Citizen TV. So if you go there and you just follow us, you have to follow us, take a picture. This is just for Liberia, people who are in Liberia right now. If you follow us and take a picture of you following us, because I'll see you live here, as you can see it on the screen. For those of you watching us on Facebook and TikTok, you will see it on the screen. You have to take a picture of it and send it to me, and I will accept you right here live on Facebook or TikTok. I will accept you live as a friend. First of all, you have to befriend us, then follow us. If you do, you will qualify for a raffle. We have a raffle that we're going to be playing. Last week, someone won. Someone won a lot of money because he was the only one who did it. Nobody else did, because he was the only one who did, so he won the money because there was no one to contest with him. And so if you want to be part of the raffle today, go there and just go to Good Citizen. It is the Good Citizen TV. The Good Citizen TV, as you can see it on the screen. Like it and befriend us, request us as a friend, follow us, send me the picture on WhatsApp. We'll soon share the WhatsApp numbers to you, so that you can call the station and also send your picture on that number. So I'm going to hand over to Alex so that he would announce the numbers for us that you can call. Over to you, Alex.
All right, you can put your call right now. 086 107 107 0770 107 107. Put your code and you'll be live on the radio. You can call the WhatsApp number +231 887 29 06 56. If you are in Liberia, you can call the local number 086 107 107. If you are in the US, you can call this number 609 83 60 16. If you are in Liberia, you can call this one. Hello? You got to push on your voice, please.
I'm not getting him. It's sounding too far.
Calling from Carrollton.
I'm not hearing him.
All right, go ahead. Yeah. Zero 86 107 107 770 107 107. Hold your call and you'll be live on the radio. If you are in the US, you can call the local number. You can call the number 609 83 60 16. You can call the WhatsApp number +231 887 29 06 56. Hello? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Chuck City.
Your name?
Christopher.
Go ahead, Christopher.
Yeah.
Go ahead, you're live on the radio.
Yeah. I was on the radio for last discussion, so I just want to know where is it. Well, if Pastor talking about the protest to the church. And I said, when I went there to see people taking yourself. So I'll be following the show there over again. Understand?
Pastor Ahmed,
Yes.
are you getting?
His question is why about the man who went there and said he just want to see women
He
naked.
said, yeah, he said this gone Saturday. When I listen to the radio, so he don't have nothing from what you said about the only thing he got today about the person I want to make it herself.
Okay. Oh well, there was a protest about that. It's I saw it in one of this something ND National News or something. What is the Facebook page again? ND News or something. DNS. Yes, DNS. So there was a protest that was going on where this lady was saying that she's gonna strip herself naked if they don't get response from the government if somebody tries her, and that became like the headline news over that protest. The goal here is we do appreciate people protesting, and I'm glad that the police, because even with the police chief did explain to people that they have the right, and he provided protection for them. So that it's an encouragement that it is good for us to protest, but the idea that every time we get upset, we do things that takes away the purpose for which it defeats the purpose, for which we are protesting. And that has always been an issue with us. When we are angry, we either kill each other, we curse each other, or we do things that defeat the purpose for which we're even trying to protest. And that is the point we're trying. The goal here is to help us understand that it is okay for us to be angry. There is nothing bad about you being angry. but it is what you do when you're angry. And some of the even the protest, because they ask her, what are you trying to accomplish by protesting? And the answer she gave didn't even make any sense, So it means she's just angry over a situation, but you don't know why the thing is happening. You don't know how it's going on. Everyone is blaming the government. I'm not here to defend the government, but as a citizen, we have to understand before you go out in the streets, know why you're going there. You're going there to make a case so that another person will listen to you and make a decision. You don't have the power. That person has the power. He has the authority. Not everything that is going on in the street, sometimes these people know, even the people in government. So if you want to make your case, go there with some knowledge and understanding. Make your case in a civil way, respectfully. Just like they provided the space for them. That is something that is not common in Africa today, where a police chief will come and say, okay, you stand here and protest. We'll protect you and also protect other people who are not part of this protest. I think it's a plus, for the authority to even encourage that without you being tear gas or other things. And so if you're going there to make a case, go there and make a case. Make your case so that people will hear you. If you're trying for the world to know what you're going through, let the world know, but don't go there and start beating each other, curse each other, or threaten to strip yourself naked. And that is the point we're trying to make here. As for us to make Liberia a better place, our mindset has to be transformed. We have to walk away from this colonial instigation where we have to destroy each other before we start making each other. So you find us that by the time we complain about things, but we also destroy the very things that we want to make. So most of the time we don't solve problems. We create problems that never existed just because we're angry. We burn houses, we burn vehicles, we do things that cause more problem than the problem we're even trying to solve. Because when you kill somebody, you can't give that life back to that person. You burn somebody's property that they have struggled for years to build, you burn it down. You have just caused more problems in the country. Now you've created more poor people than your struggles that you're going through. And so what we're saying here is that let us learn and find a civil way, how we can disagree with one another in a civilized way, and at the same time, able to build Liberia the way we want it to be. So that is what we're dealing with here today. But for last week, if you still want to comment on what we talked about last week, you can comment on it. If you didn't have the chance to call, we will still address that issue, because the goal here is to help you understand what is going on with us and how we can make Liberia a better place. And with me here, I have, as always, I have with me Mommy Beatrice. I have Sister Judges with me. And I see today we have Brother Henry Toe and Brother Daniel Robert, who have joined us today. And I want to welcome you to this panel, and I'm hoping and believe that you all have things that you can help us understand about Liberia and how we all can come together and make Liberia a better place. So welcome to the show. You're always welcome to come in as we're waiting for the calls. You can jump in and talk whatever you have in mind. Go ahead, Alex.
Yeah, someone is on the line.
Okay.
Hello? Yes? Who am my brother? 30 seconds.
Yourself, and then you also disgrace yourself.
All right. All right. Thanks for your point.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow, wow, that's beautiful. Okay, anybody else coming up?
Yes, there's one. Let's see. Oh, he gone off. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, Pastor Ahmed.
Okay, all right. We have Brother Daniel here. Good afternoon, brother, and how are you? Welcome to the Good Citizen Show. I see Brother Mustafa Zombai joining us also. You're always welcome to come in if you have any comments to make on the topic that we're having today. And just like what the last caller was saying to us, we most of the time I see what's happening. You have politicians instigating people to go out there and protest. The last time, I think there's a video out there where people were sharing money that someone gave them to go out there and protest, which is very sad for someone to just pay you to go and get angry over something that you have no clue about. A protest supposed to bring something meaningful at the end of the day. You don't just protest because you want to insult somebody. You don't protest because you just get mad and you just want to beat somebody up. You're protesting for a reason. Like, for example, let's say the drug issue. We all are concerned about the drug issue. But it's not like, let's say the president is the one bringing a truckload of drugs into the country. Yes, the government has a role to play to protect drugs from coming there. That is something all of us as civilians can put join hands together to even help the government, because we are also part of the government. If you are in a neighborhood where you suspect someone doing drugs, you can call the authorities on that person. It is because we don't have enough police officers to cover everywhere. That's why you are a citizen. You are part of the government. So you don't just wait for the government, to take action. There are actions you can take as a citizen. Instead of you going out in the streets and protesting, if you know someone is doing drugs in your community, call the authority, let them come there. At least if you've called the authority, they don't show up, then you will go and say, okay, I'm protesting over this. But if you just go and because you're upset, you just go out there because of drugs, you have you have a case, but you don't know how to present your case. And what we're saying here is to help you understand, just like what the last caller said. If you have an issue that you want to bring out in the community, go to your community. You have a community leader, you have a representative whom you elected to power. That's why you elected them. If something is going wrong in your community, form a delegation. The first place you go is to call your representative. Call your representative and put that across to them and say, hey, this is what is going on in this community. We don't have electricity. We don't have a good water running system. We don't have good schools here. That's why you elect that person. So the person is the one who goes to the executive mansion or go to the House of Representatives and make your case. So there is a way you protest as a citizen, by the people, through the people you elect. That's why you elect them. So that you will not have to go to the street and burn people's houses, insult someone, or strip yourself naked. You call your representative. Every community you came from has a representative. They have a chairman. You want to start with the chairperson, because I know that all the political parties do have chairmen in every community. So you come together, go to the chairman and lay your case before the chairman and say, this is what is going on. We need access to our representative. Your chairman can call your representative, and when the representative come there, you have a community meeting where you will talk to them. The representative is the one who goes to the House of Representative and speak on behalf of your community. So you don't have to go to the street. If that person who you elected is not doing what they're supposed to do, then the next election you don't vote for them. That is how you do things in a civil way. But going out in the streets, burning tires, imagine the roads they are making. We have been in Liberia for so many years without good roads. Now, when you protest, you burn those tires in the middle of that road. What you're doing, you're destroying that road. So sooner or later, you're going to start complaining again that you don't have good roads. The police vehicles that you are probably throwing rocks at, you stoning them, trying to burn them, that money is money that the government is taking. It is money the government is using to buy them. And so when you burn those things, what the government is going to do, they have to replace them. So maybe the money that was supposed to go to your school, the money that was supposed to go to the hospitals, will end up being redirected to buying more vehicles because you have burned those vehicles. And that's what we're trying to help you understand. No one is happy with what is going on in the world. But if you are going to do it, do not do it and cause more problems for yourself. Because at the end of the day, if you burn a hospital, you burn a police station, they will have to rebuild that police station. And we all know that in Liberia, we don't pay taxes. It is not a place where you pay tax. You don't pay tax. And so whatever way the government is getting money, they need that money to help develop the country. But if you keep on destroying the very things that you are complaining about, who is going to build them for you? And that's what we are advocating here. It is okay for you to be upset, but have a channel, a civilized way. That is why you have elections. You don't vote for people because they gave you a bag of rice. You don't vote for people because they are your brother or your sister. You don't vote for people because they came from your hometown or they speak your language. You are voting for someone who goes to the House of Representative and plead your case that this is what is going on with my people. My people are suffering. Because remember, when those people wanted you to vote for them, they were complaining about things. They tell you, oh, the price of rice is high. The price of gas is high. It is based on that you elected them. And when they get to power, things still go the way they are going. Don't go in the street. Call those same people. Let them know that, hey, we elected you. You promised us that when we elect you, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. But it is not happening right now. So what are we going to do? Why did we elect you? If you don't put pressure, the reason most of these people you elect are not doing what they told you they were going to do, because after you elected them, you don't care about the very problem or the very issue you elected them for. And when things don't happen the way it's supposed to happen, you risk your life and go in the street. And the police officers are there to protect not only you, but to also protect other people who are not protesting. They are there to protect the properties of other people and the state property. They will not just allow you to just go and burn things out or cause problem, block traffic when other people want to go about their business. So they will definitely stop you from doing those things. That doesn't mean they are against you. That doesn't mean they don't want you to protest. It is your right to protest. They just want you to do it in a civil way. Over to you, Alex.
You can put in your call right now, 086 107 107 0770 107 107. Put in your call and you'll be live on the radio. Let's hear from you. If you are in the state or listening online, you can call the WhatsApp number +231 887 29 06 56. If you are in Liberia, you can call the local number 086 107 107 0770 107 107 086 107 107 0770 107 107. If you have an Android phone, you can go on the Facebook page, like the page, go on TikTok, add a page, then you can follow the conversation. Let's get this one. Hey, can you lower radio, please? Oh God. Can you call the radio off? Yeah, wa. Oi. Yes, okay now. Quiet. Go ahead. Yes, go ahead. Yes, we still waiting to hear why they. Yeah, you got to listen to the news and get information. Yes. All right. Hello. Yes, go on, my brother. Yes, I'm getting you loud and clear. All right, thanks for your point. 086-107-107, 0770-107-107. Hello? Can you elbow? Put that radio off. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I want to thank the brother actually what we are discussing here is very, very important for our people in Nigeria. Because most of us in the country now, they are after destroying, but they are not after developing or building the country. But as I'm listening to the brother in the studio,
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thanks for calling.
Yes, thank you. Well, this is what I want to encourage all the people who are calling. Because sometimes when we talk about this, we kind of exclude ourselves. This is a movement that I'm encouraging everyone to be part of. Because even in your community, everyone who is calling here belongs to a community. This is something you can start within your community. You don't just have to wait. Gather people. It doesn't take that much. You can start talking to 2, 3 people. You can start from the next door neighbor. Sit with them, like in the evening, instead of some of us spend much time arguing about Manchester United. We argue about all those other things, but we don't pay attention to what is really affecting us. I see people dancing in the street for Manchester United, whilst their children don't even have good schools to attend. That time you spend to sit there, talk about Manchester United, whom you are supporting, and your money is paying school fees for their kids. You can use that same time and say, let's discuss about our country in a civil way. Forget about this political party thing. None of them have done you any good. Sit with your fellow Liberians. Sit with them and say, but man, what is going on? How can we fix what is happening in our community? These are discussions we should be holding. Because most of the people, like the other caller said, don't even know what politics is about. A lot of our people are not educated. Those who are educated are also embedded into our traditional division. So it is important for those of you who have this idea, who believe in this, for you to start talking to people on a regular basis. You can sit in your bar drinking whatever you're drinking, have those conversations, because these are things that are affecting us as Liberians. And for as long as we refuse to address them in a civil way, they will continue to be our problems. And so let's educate people about, voting for a leader. Don't just vote for someone because the person is angry. That is the gravest mistake that we do in Africa. Generally, we always look for people who are angry over things. We don't care whether the people know what they're talking about or not. As long as that person can oppose the government, as long as that person can insult the president, we believe that person can fight for us. So we ended up electing them to power. That's why you see them in parliament. What they do is just to curse each other, because that's what you elected them for. They were coming to you and insulting the president, and you say, "Oh, this man will fight for me," because he's angry. And now when you elect them to power, they don't know how government runs. They don't know how government function. When instead of they sit together and discuss things, what they do, they make palaver in the parliament. They curse each other, they fight each other, because that is the kind of people you elected. But if you are going to elect someone who understands what your problem is, not your anger. We keep electing people who are agreeing with our anger, who just talk about gas is expensive or the drug problem. Yes, the drug is a problem, but find out, what does that person know about drugs? What does he know? It is easy for you to identify something that is going bad. It's easy for someone to say your house is on fire, but it is not easy for that person to put the fire off on your house. And most of us like to elect, we don't elect the firefighters, we elect the people who say the house is on fire. Those are the people we say, oh, because you told me my house is on fire, so you'll be able to put the fire off. So we have to understand, as citizens of Liberians, how to elect good leaders, what to look for on a person before you elect them to power, so that you will not have to go in the street. Because if you elect good leaders who understand your problem, not your anger, when those people go to the House of Representatives, they will know what to do. They know what to say. They know the kind of laws they will put together in order to solve your problems. And this is where we're going wrong. I remember the other caller was mentioning that the authority also need to listen to the protesters. Well, first of all, if you, the protester, just come out there to protest and you don't even know what you're talking about, why would you want the representative to come there and just listen to your anger, not your point? If you are protesting, protest with a point. Don't just protest out of anger, out of something that you're just angry about, but you have no clue what you're talking about. You don't even have a clue how the solution will come about. you know. And that also goes down to our tradition and culture, because I'm always going after our tradition and culture, because we were not born and raised in a society where people listen to each other. Your father will not listen to you when you're upset. Your father will not say, why are you angry? Instead, he gets angry at you because you're angry, you know. And so when that person becomes a leader, when you protest against them, they'll get angry at you for protesting against them, because it's a cultural problem. That's why we don't listen to one another. This is also something that we need to work on. As Liberian, we have to be willing to listen to one another, even if we disagree with you. I don't have to agree with you for me to listen to you. Because when I listen to you, that's when I'll be able to give my own point, you give your own point, then we will decide what is good for all of us. But if we have gotten to the point where the moment they say this person is a unity party, becomes your enemy. When they say this person is a CDC person, becomes your enemy. As long as we have that kind of mentality, we will not be able to solve our problems. Because by now, we should have learned a lesson that fighting does not solve any problem. It causes more problem for us. It just takes us backwards, years backwards. So we have tried that. We have fought each other. We kill one another, and nothing good has come out of it. Things are still difficult. So by now we should learn that none of those things will ever help us do better. Let us learn to sit together. Even when you read the Bible, you know, God who created human beings, he said, let us come and reason together. Imagine God saying to people, let us come and reason together. So the only way that we can find peace is not by fasting and praying for peace. Because if even also you read the Bible, Jesus told you that he said, peace I leave with you. Jesus did not go with peace. He left the peace with you here. He said, peace I give unto you. Peace I live with you. So that means if you want peace, it's not in heaven. You don't pray for it. You sit together because the peace is already here. You sit together and talk about issue. That is how you understand each other and be able to resolve what you call a problem. Most of the things we're praying for to heaven, they are already here. That's why God don't bother with us. And so for us as Liberians, we have to decide how we are going to resolve our issues in a way that we don't insult each other, we don't fight each other, we don't kill each other. And that process starts from your home. It starts from your home with your own children. Do you listen to your children if they ever want to talk to you? Are you humble enough to listen when your child says, you know, I'm not happy, or when your child is upset? Do you have the grace to sit with them and say, okay, let me hear what you have to say? Or you will just insult them, beat them up because they're angry? These are traditions that our culture we grow up with. And for us to be able to have leaders who will listen to us, we must raise children who will become leaders tomorrow that we also are willing to listen to. Over to you, Alex. Are you still there, Alex?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, over to you, if there is any caller. Sister Georges, Brother Daniel, Mommy Beatrice, you guys can
Yes,
comment.
Pastor Ahmed.
Yes.
I have a short comment.
Okay, go ahead.
I have somebody else. My thing is that, Pastor Ahmed, we must have, like Liberians, we go to church for, maybe 90% of Liberians go to church every Sunday. But I call this citizenship. Most of the time we go aside and go to the party kind of thing. I'm a CDC, I'm a Unity Party, I'm a Liberty Party, I'm a Green Party, whatsoever party. Until, because God is our creator. He created everything that is created. Anything that we want, he said we should seek him first. Until we seek him honestly, most of the time, most of the things that are going along in Liberia, we have problems. We have problems with it. Because our citizenship is not only on earth here. We also have our citizenship in heaven and earth. And then we have to respect authority. Most of the time people do not respect the authority. The Bible talks about us respecting authority. And we don't. Even if you're a local chairman, the lawmakers, even if they are wrong or they good, we still have to respect them. We have to be orderly. We have to be orderly, and we are not. We are not. We just, if I'm from Green Party, I'm going to behave. I will oppose the other person until I break that party down, until I get there. When the other person get there, the other person come after them, break them down. I said to somebody even yesterday, I say if I have my way, that didn't happen in Burkina Faso, we had a leader in Liberia. One leader, no party, dissolve all parties. Because longer they had a party, they're always friction. We can't stop fighting. We go to church, we say we have faith in God. We supposed to be having dual citizenship on earth and in heaven. It's a dual citizenship stuff. We respect authority, respect the rules, respect the order, do the right thing. Because if you talk, I didn't see that podcast that they say people was freaking naked, I heard it, but I didn't watch it, I didn't see it. How can somebody who have gone to church, somebody who fear God, we say I will check out my clothes in the street, or we gather together with straight naked here to prove a point. You proving a point, but you disgracing yourself, and you also dishonoring God. So that until we can completely surrender to the things of God and go God's way, never mind you Muslim, you whatsoever denomination you are, there is a God that you are serving. Until you go God's way, we will always have problems in Liberia. We will not respect the chairman, we will not respect the lawyer, we will not respect the president, we will not respect nobody, Chief Justice, Supreme Court, we will not respect no one. Because everything we after is greed. I'll stop there, Pastor Ackman.
Thank you. Mommy Beatrice, thank you as always. Sister Georges, any comment?
Yes.
Go ahead.
What I want to say in this is that I think it is really important that every elected official of the different counties, their community leaders, really get into the Constitution, read the Constitution. Even if they don't know how to read, have somebody read it to them so people can know what their rights are. Because if people know what their rights are and it explain to them, like if one of the first callers said, in a layman term, if people know what is right, what they can do and what they cannot do, and explain it to them, even if they have to explain it in the different dialects, the different tribes, whatever, where they can get for people to understand those things. Have small meeting groups that they explain to them so they in turn can explain it to other people in their community what their rights and constitutional, obligations are to the country and to themselves as citizens of Liberia. I think it will help them a long way. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, and that's what the Good Citizen is trying to do. The reason we encourage people to join the Good Citizen movement, it is to bring people together so that we can help teach people, and that is the goal of the Good Citizen. The reason we encourage community to have like a community center. If we have community centers in every community, we can have some of this training where we call people, because not everyone in Liberia is formally educated, because everyone can be educated. But there are people who have not been to school formally. But if you sit them down and explain to them what is their responsibility as a citizen, what makes them a citizen, they will still learn. They don't have to speak English for them to learn that. You can teach them in any dialect that they can understand to help them do well. And just like you rightly said, the representatives that people are electing, even they themselves don't know why they run for power. And that's another, a problem that we are facing in our society. I would not recommend that we have a coup like in Burkina Faso. But I was just wishing that we have leaders who understand what it means to be a citizen and what it means to run a country. Most of the people we elect in power don't have a clue how to run a country. Sometimes we elect people because they are educated. Just because someone is even educated, they have a degree, doesn't mean they will be a good leader. Because that is a whole different entity to be a leader. You can have a PhD as a doctor, as a lawyer. That doesn't mean you can be a good president either. It doesn't mean you will be a good senator. Because there are certain principles that person, certain characters, that person has to possess for that person to be a good leader. So most of us don't even know how to select a good leader. And this is where the good citizen movement comes in, where it doesn't matter whether you decide to be a CDC person, a PDP person, or whatever name you decide to be part of. We just want you to be a good citizen of Liberia. That's all. Because if a good person from a CDC party becomes a president who knows how to lead people, everyone in Liberia will still enjoy. The same thing if somebody from a unity party who is good, who knows what they're doing, becomes a president, the country will still do well because they know what to do. The reason you find places like America for 250 years, they are still standing, it's because their goal is not about somebody's tribe. It's not about someone, it's not about the village you came from. You know, it's not about mostly political party. Yes, they do have political parties, but all of those political parties have a single agenda, is to always make America stay on top. Yes, they will have their disagreements, but one thing they will not disagree on is to protect America and make Liberia to stay on top of the world. But we don't have that. You will have a CDC person in power. They do things. When Unity Party comes up, they destroy everything that they have done and rebuild their own. You have somebody who had a contract to do something. When they leave power, another party comes in. They have to bring their own people to do the same work that the other person have done, and without knowing what the other person have been doing. So at the end of the day, we ended up with projects that either does not go further, or maybe the money is wasted. So these are all issues that we as citizens can sit together, call our representative and say, listen, my man, we elected you in power, but this and this and this is what is going on. What are you doing to fix it? What legislation are you bringing at the house? These people are supposed to come to you and tell you what they have done. In America, they do that. Every now and then you hear they say the House of Representatives is on recess. The reason they do that, so that they can go back to their constituencies and talk to the people what they have been doing. And the people will question them why they did not do certain things they expected them to do. But for you guys, when we elect people, we elect them after, if it's for 4 years, we only see them again after 4 years. They come back and give us a bag of rice. They come and tell us how things are expensive, this, that, they will change it. And you give them the same power and authority. And when they go there, the only thing they do is to benefit themselves, you know. And the only person who can change that is you. If the people you elect in power know that you don't care about, or you don't even have a clue why you're electing them, how do you expect them to do the right thing for you? So it is about time for us as Liberians to start educating ourselves. Forget about this Manchester United, Chelsea, and all this rest of it. Chelsea, where they live in a good life. They have 24 hours electricity. They have food. Their children goes to good school. They have a future. You cannot even plan yourself, but you're focusing on people who have already made it. When you have your own issue to discuss, I'm encouraging even the pastors who preaches, like Mommy Beatrice was saying. I am one person who believe, even as a pastor, I believe that if every church, every pastor will just continue to preach the truth to the people, generations after generation will do well. But because, you know, most of the people who go to church, they don't even go to church to go to heaven. Most of the people, I would say, let me say 99% of people who go to church, they don't go there to go to heaven. And so most of the things they teach us also is not to make our lives, is not for us to do well. And if you look at the plan of God is for us to do well and do right, so that we will live well in this world and also live right. But most of the people who we elect in, either they come from a mosque or they come from a church. So if you are born Christian, you're born Muslim, and you still become a leader with a corrupt mind, then either maybe your pastor was teaching you corruption, or they were not teaching you the right thing for you to learn from it. And so we all have a job to do, whether be it a pastor, be it whosoever, because Liberia is for us all. If we do better, Liberia will do better. If we don't do better, Liberia will not do better. We are the people. I've always said to people, even as a pastor, I have never seen Satan. I have not seen Satan. Even if I met Satan in the street, I would not be able to identify him because the guy has never done anything wrong to me. When during the war, I did not see anyone called Satan killing people in Liberia. I saw a human being like me, who were killing people, who were burning houses. Those are the people I saw. And these are the things we accuse Satan of doing. So if we are the one doing it to ourselves, who is the Satan? So that means we are the Satan. We are the Satan. That's why we don't care about heaven even when we go to church. We only care about the things of this world because that's what we fight for. And if we want to make Liberia a better place, we have to decide what kind of Liberia we want. We have to decide that if somebody does something wrong to us, how we are going to deal with it. Whether killing each other is the best solution or talking to each other, we learn from one another so that the next generation will do better. I want to thank you because we've run out of time. I want to thank all of you for listening. I want to thank Mommy Georges, Sister Georges, Mommy Beatrice, and Brother Daniel. Even though he didn't say anything today, I know maybe he just came here to listen to how the project is going on. But we want to encourage you as a Liberian. If we do better, Liberia will do better. It is okay for you to be angry, but let us find a civil way how we resolve our issues. We have insulted one another for so long. We have fought one another for so long. Let us try something we have never done. Let us do things in a civil way. Let us sit together on a table and talk about our differences. Come up with solutions that will help all of us. That is the only way we'll see a better future. Until then, I want to thank each and every one of you for listening. I want to thank Alex for being so wonderful with the audio system today. And I thank all the callers. And for those of you who are going on Facebook to like us, don't forget, this is the website. You go there and like us. Is the Good Citizen. The page is Good Citizen. You're going to follow us. And you like us, first of all, follow us or request a friendship. Once we accept your friendship, you will qualify for the raffle. So next time when we come here, we'll tell you who won that. So even after the show, go back there and follow us, like us, request to be a friend. So next week you will be part of the raffle. We will play the raffle right here live, and you will win whatsoever prize you have so that you can share it with other people. Thank you very much, Alex, and thank you all for listening. I am your host, Ahmed Kamara. See you next Saturday. God bless you.
Thank you.
Amen.
On the Good Citizen Hour, Hard FM 107.9. Coming up next is the commercial. Thanks to all the caller in the silent list that we say call this coming Saturday. A year, what on your heart? Yeah, this is
But Pastor
Liberia.
Ahmed said you were
This is
on
our
last
own
Saturday.
country. We can do a better thing. How you change your mindset, like bro,